Good day, boys and girls, and welcome to our very first online class. And hopefully, this is the first of many. But today, we're going to discuss chapter 5 of our language books, and we're going to continue with simple and compound sentences. In this lesson, we hope to accomplish a few objectives or goals to identify the difference between a simple sentence and a compound sentence. That is a new objective today. We're going to use a conjunction, which is not new, but we're going to also try to use the semicolon to combine sentences, and that is the new topic in that area. We're also going to learn to divide the complete subject from the complete predicate in a sentence. I should say we are going to review, because that is review for sure. Simple and complete sentences. So here we have the definition between a simple sentence, and a simple sentence expresses only one complete thought, and there may be a compound subject or predicates, but we have already discussed that in length. And now we're going to do something new, and we're talking about compound sentences. And a compound sentence is made up of two or more simple sentences. So here we have that basically we know what simple sentences are. So when we put two simple sentences together, we get a compound sentence. A simple sentence that make up a compound sentence are usually joined by a coordinating conjunction. And let me interject here that there is a comma before that conjunction. That is very important, boys and girls. A comma before the conjunction when you are joining two simple sentences. Then we have a semicolon may be used to combine sentences. So let's look here at some sentence formulas. Now, when I was in school, one of the ways that I learned to distinguish between a compound sentence and a simple sentence was by learning my formulas. And really, the only formula I really had to learn was my compound formula. And what it is, it's S meaning subject, V for verb. So subject, verb, and comma, and there you see, if you look, there's a box, and in that box you would put your conjunction. So subject, verb, comma, conjunction, subject, verb equals a compound sentence. Now, let's go over our conjunctions again. We're used to using and, but, and or. And if you look closely, where's my little thing here? There's a comma before each of my conjunctions. Other conjunctions are nor, for, yet, and introducing the semicolon. It's a dot like a period with a comma underneath, a semicolon. So that's my formula for my compound sentence. And once you know that formula, then everything else you know would have to be simple. Let's look at it. We have a subject and verb. Well, that just equals a simple sentence. That's what we've been discussing mostly throughout our lessons. We've also we haven't really discussed this one, but if you have a subject and a subject, and the and is in between, like Tom and Jerry, with the verb and the verb, ran and jumped, that is still a subject because it's giving you one complete thought. Subject, verb, and verb, that's also simple. And we've done this before when we've combined our predicates. Tom ran and jumped. Simple subject, simple sentence. And we have subject and subject, verb. Tom and Jerry ran, still a simple subject, simple sentence, sorry. So here we have it that if you just go ahead and learn your compound, then the others will come naturally, that you will realize that they are simple sentences, because the compound has that comma and a conjunction. Whereas, yes, some has conjunctions, but notice there's no commas there. There are no commas there. Let's look at a few of them. We have Bill and Joe ran and jumped. Bill ran and Joe jumped. A bee buzzed around his head and landed on his nose. The best ability is dependability. And the last, my desire and prayer is for your success. Now let's break these down. Looking at the first sentence, Bill and Joe ran and jumped. Well, here we have subject and a subject. Oh. Subject and a subject. Then you have verb and a verb. That is a simple sentence. Bill ran and Joe jumped, and it came up automatically, but it's a compound sentence because I have, first of all, I say, well, look, there's a comma and a conjunction. I put a box around that, and right away, subject, verb, comma, conjunction, subject, verb is a compound sentence. Let's look at the other one. I have subject, verb, verb. What is that? That is a simple sentence. Subject, verb, and verb. There are no commas in that sentence. That is not a compound sentence. Fourthly, I have the best ability, and ability would be my subject, is verb. Subject, verb is a simple sentence. And then lastly, my desire is my subject, prayer, subject, is my verb. Subject and subject, verb is also a simple. So here you have the only sentence there that had a comma and a conjunction. That was my compound. So be very careful with that. Okay, let's go on to combining sentences. Now, first of all, I like to use fanboy when I'm talking about my conjunctions to help me to remember all those conjunctions. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, and Y for yet. Fanboy. And then, of course, we have the semicolon. So you can say fanboys and use semicolon there. Okay? But if you know, remember that we normally use the and, the but, and the or. We're familiar with using those. That's what we've been using from week 1 in our language, those 3, and now we're adding the semicolon. This is important for us to remember grade 5 when we're dealing with those conjunctions. Use and when you join two sentences that are closely related. Use or to join two sentences that are about choices. Use but to join two sentences that tell about a difference. And use a semicolon when the relationship between the two sentences is clear without a conjunction. Now, what I want you to do now is to pause this video, and I want you to head up in your books. Go ahead and write these 4 important notes down. I will be checking this on Thursday to ensure that you have this written. This is what is going to tell me that you watched this video. Let's look at it now that you have it written down already in your books. Let's look at the first one. Many artists illustrate children's books, but other artists work with computer graphics. Here we have our coordinating conjunction, comma, but. Do you remember what the but tells us? If you're following right there on with your book, the but is when you're giving a difference. Okay, artists illustrate children's books, but there's a different way that they work with computers. Okay, so that but is showing the difference. Websites can give information or they can sell products and services. And remember, our or gives us a choice. They can do this or they can do that. Which one would you like it to do for you? It's a choice they're giving. Commercial artists design websites and they illustrate computer programs. And that and shows that relationship that they're joined together, that they do both of them. Now sometimes you can use, you can choose one or the other, and sometimes only one will work. It all depends on the sentence that you have. Number 4, some illustrations in children's books are black and white. Others are printed in color. And here we have a semicolon. Now, if you notice with your semicolon, you don't have a comma before the semicolon. That didn't make any sense because there's a comma right here. So we don't have to put 2 commas there. Now, if you read this, you can actually change your semicolon into a comma and a conjunction. We can use and here. Some illustrations in children's books are black and white, and others are printed in color. You can also use but to show that there's a difference as well. Some are painted, some are in black and white, but others are in color. But I wouldn't use or because I'm not really giving them that choice of the matter, because they're not saying that they're buying it, that you, maybe if the sentence said you can buy a book in black and white or in color, yes, but it's not talking about buying it. It's not giving you a choice in the matter to select. So the only one I would not use here is or, but a semicolon by itself is fine. Let's go to subject and predicate in simple and complete sentences, and this is just really review for us. Remember now that we're going to draw 1 line under the complete subject and 2 lines under the complete predicate. And boys and girls, you are using your rulers. I don't have a ruler or a line thing to use, icon, so I have to draw free-handed, but you don't in your books. Let's try these. Bill and Joe ran and jumped. What are my subjects? Bill and Joe. My complete subject is Bill and Joe. My complete predicate, ran and jumped. This is all review. We've done these before. So let's go to the next one. Now here we have something a little different. We have a compound sentence. The first thing I do is I point out that it's a compound by putting a box around my comma and my conjunction. Then I do each sentence differently. That is 1 sentence there, and that is 2 sentences, the second sentence right there. So Bill, my subject, ran, my verb, Joe, my subject, jumped, my predicate. Okay, you see that I have to do what I did up here to the first sentence, I had to do to the second sentence twice. I had to do it here with sentence number 1 and over here with sentence number 2. You can't do wrong and get away with it. What is my subject? You. That's it. My complete subject is just that one verb. Can't do wrong and get away with it is my complete predicate. Let's get this right. Oops. See why it's so important to use a ruler? Let's go on to another example. My desire and prayer is for your success. My complete subject is my desire and prayer. My complete predicate is for your success. Grade 5, and that is so true. My desire and my prayer is for your success. And not only in language, but in every aspect of your life, that you would grow in the Lord and let Him to be the one to give you the success that He has for you. Well, there we have another one. The best ability is dependability. The best ability is my subject, is dependability is my complete predicate. Are you a dependable student? Now, you have a form attached to this lesson that I want you to fill out, and that will come directly to me. You may print it out if you wish, but you don't have to. You can just fill it out and leave it there, and I will get it. See you in class. Don't forget to do the notes, and I want to see your book beautifully headed up, and see you bright and early. This is due on Thursday. Remember that, Thursday. Thanks for watching.